everyone, and welcome back to this third part of our Elite Dangerous Mining Guide. So today we are going to see which can be a good asset as first a mining ship that it doesn't cost us a fortune. You will see at the end of this video that with a little bit of investment in one and only one mining session, we will be able to recover the whole investment and almost double it. Stay tuned until the end of the video to discover how. And there she go. Maybe someone of you already recognize it from the thumbnail. Our winner of today is the Cobra Mach 3. We will go to see together all the hardpoints and all the optional and core internals that we fitted with some little more detailed explanation. Before to start, let's see where we can actually buy the ship or buy the outfitting that we need for this particular build. Welcome to the Inara website. So in this website, today we're going to use it just to see where to find the ship and where to find the outfitting, but you can actually check a lot of different informations, and if you are curious about it, please let me know in the comment down below and I will be more than happy to support. In this case, we go here, we go to shipyard, and you can see that we have all the ships that are present in Elite Dangerous. We are looking for the Cobra Mach 3, and what is important for us, we'll see in a moment, is this section here. But if we click on Cobra Mach 3, we have here several informations from the manufacturer until the size of the landing pad. Now we have also how many hardpoints, utility mount, optional internal, core internal, and armor the ship has. Those already selected are the standard equipment that the ship will come if we just buy it from scratch without any modification. Now, as soon as I've seen here, where can I actually go and see which station is sell from? I have to go to outfitting, and if you can see here, ship equipment search, and it's gonna tell me here I have to insert the system that I'm in, and here what I'm looking for, in this case, for example, the Cobra Mach 3, and I need to find a 4E frame shift drive and 4A power plant. Then what I do, I just press search, and it will give me here, this is the station, this is the system, the type of economy, via legends, the size of the landing pad, this is the start distance in light second, and this is the distance from the system that we are on it. And this one was updated 26 days ago, so probably high chances are that is not here anymore. What I suggest, if you see here 1 day ago or even 14 hours ago, just this very small difference, or maybe it's just one jump, and I always suggest you to try to pick one of the most recent one, because so we have more time, we have more chances to get the ship. So here we are with our Mach 3, and let's see together which type of equipment that doesn't cost that much we can actually apply, and then we can start to mine from. We will start in order, going from top to bottom. We start with the hardpoints. The hardpoints, we have it here, and they are, we have medium, the first two, and then two small. As you can see, I put the seismic charge launcher and the subsurface displacement missile on the first two. This is why, because being an higher class, in this case 2 compared to 1, it means that I can bring more ammunition with me. So when I'm going to restock, even if I do some mistakes at the beginning, that is very normal, I have more ammunition to try with. And let's see together the cost. So the seismic charge launcher, I put a class 2B fixed, and the cost is 445,570 credit. Then subsurface displacement missile, I put the 2B, and the cost is 122,170 credits. Then I put the abrasion blaster 1D, that it cost 9,700 credit, and the main laser 6,800 credits. Now, to see what the abrasion blaster does, please click on the link here on the top right for the video about how to mine. Let's move now to the utility mount. Here I have just inserted the pulse wave analyzer, because remember, every time we are adding a new piece of equipment to the ship, it will increase the weight and it will decrease your maneuverability. And the more you progress, so this is a very basic mining ship, when you will move to an intermediate to advanced, it will also decrease your jump range. Now here, just as more recommendation, as you see, I put the 0C, because if we go into replace module over here and we go on our pulse wave analyzer, those have a very different power draw. If you see, if I wanted to select the 0A and you look at the bottom of the screen, I will exceed my basically maximum capacity for the ship and it will disable some modules. Now, this is what changes. You can see for the pulse wave analyzer is just the scanner range and the integrity. Basically here it will go 24,000 meters, while the 0B is 21,000 and we have our 0C that is 18,000 meters. Here you can choose basically whichever you want, and for me between 18,000 and 21,000 there is really not the difference, because anyway you have to fly around and you see that the cost is less than a half. So the 0 Charlie to start with, it's a very good point. From the utility mount, now we'll move to the core internal. So for the core internals, I just changed the following: the power plant, the thrusters, the frame shift drive, and the power distributor. Let's start with the power plant. So the power plant, it will basically increase the juice of your ship. So the higher the power plant grade, the higher the power you can deliver. So I put the 4A, and if you can see here at the bottom right, I still have some power to spare. So with the 4A, the total cost is 1,450,000 credit. For the thrusters, here, this was when I have modified a little bit. So you can go actually with the instead of the 4A, that it costs quite a bit of money, you can actually go with the 4E, for example. So the 4A, it costs 1,610,000, and as you can see, for the 4E, it will cost you only 150,000. And then with the frame shift drive is the 4E, and it costs 19,900 credits, and the power distributor is the 3E, and it will cost roughly 4,000 credit. And as you can see, we have a lot of power to spare, and we didn't spend that much money. This is why this ship is built to fly in the same system, so we actually don't need a lot of energy to fly around, or a lot of system, and is also pretty basic. So now from the core internal, we can move to the optional internal. This is one of the most important shipbuilding part. So on the top, I suggest to put the maximum cargo rack you can put for the class 4, and I went for the class 4 4E with 2 of those, and the total cost of both combined was 70,000 credits. Then shield generator, I left it. Refinery. The refinery is a mandatory item because without the refinery you cannot actually gather the material extracted, the mineral correction extracted while mining. So what you have to check, I choose the 2B for a reason, and it's a cost reason, cost effectiveness actually. So if I go on the replacement and I go down here, I have my refineries. And as you can see, the 2A is gonna cost me 1,020,000. Now, this when we start is a serious amount of money. If you go to the 2B, is like a 4, it's like a third. It costs 1/3 of the total of the 2A. And the only difference is basically that if you see here the bean count, it will cost me basically only one item. This bean count, it means that I can store 5 different minerals in the refinery. And so one items for like 1/3 of the price, I think is pretty cost efficient, especially when we start. Then after the refineries, of course, you need to insert the detailed surface scanner. Here you don't have a lot of options. There is one eye, and the cost is 250,000. And then the other two very important items for mining that are the collector limpet and the prospector limpet. If you want to see how those two works, as before, again, please click on the banner here top right, and you can see what is their actual usage. In this case, what we are going to see is the collector limpet. I choose then 1B, and if we go here in the module collector limpets, you have the 1A that it costs 9,600 credit, and then you have the 1B that is like 50%. And the active range and the lifetime, you see that they change. So for me, especially at the beginning, that I prefer to stay very far away from the rocks, for me it was important the range rather than the limpet lifetime. Then if we go on the prospector limpet, I choose the 1C that it costs 2,400 credit, sorry. And it's the prospectors limpet here, and I put the 1C. The cost is 2,400 because the only difference is basically the range. So for sure when you go mining, it will be way closer than 5 kilometers. That is stated here. Like here is 4,000 correction because it's the 1D, but if you see it's active range 5,000 meters. And compared to the 1A that is only 2,000 meters more, and it actually costs double of it. So now let's make a couple of calculations together. We had our ship that it cost 350,000 credit. Then we had all the hardpoint that we had the seismic charge launcher 153,110 credits. Subsurface missile 122,170 credit. Abrasion blaster 970 correction 9,700 credit. Mining laser 6,800 credits. For the utilities, we had the pulse wave analyzer 122,000 credit. And for the core internal, we had the power plant 1,450,000 credit, thrusters 19,900 credit, power distributor 4,053 credit, frameshift drive almost 20,000 credit. And at last, 2 cargo racks with a total cost of 70,000 credit. Refinery, the 2B, 340,000 credit. Details Sulfate Scanner, 250,000 credit. Collector Limpet Controller, 4,800 credits. And Prospector Limpet Controller, 2,400 credits. Now, this brought us a total cost of 2,924,000, so below 3 million for the whole ship. With this configuration, actually, if we mine minerals like musgravite or alexandrite, that they average almost 200,000 credit, with 32 tons of cargo, we actually gain in one mining session already 6.4 millions. This brings up that we not only repaid the full ship, but we also double our first investment. Again, thank you for watching, and if you like the video, please like and subscribe. And if you have any comments on something that is not clear, please leave me the comment down below and I will be very happy to reply. And as always, happy mining!